As the increase in technology rises, the increase in consumption also rises, making us susceptible to unnecessary purchases. Exposed to 10,000 to 14,000 ads per day, overconsuming beyond our means profits companies the most. As overconsumption is on the rise, our supply and demand changes and we face a trade-off between a habitable, clean planet or shopping. From Labubus to Stanleys to Sunny Angels and trending fast fashion, our demand increases each year. Taking a look at the supply and demand curve for the 2024 to 2025 year for fashion, we can see an increase in quantity sold, which depicts the demand, and we can also see that as a result of this demand, there's also a supply increase from companies. Now that we discussed the supply and demand increase, we will go over the production possibilities curve, also known as PPF, which depicts a trade-off between two things and shows us what is feasible and what isn't. Before going back to the curve, I do want to go over two terms, scarcity and trade-off. Scarcity is when you have limited resources but you have unlimited wants, and if you do get the most from your resources, then you have what is known as efficient outcome. Trade-off is when you are giving up one thing to gain another. So in this example, we have Earth, which is basically representing a cleaner planet. We have clothing representing fashion or purchases, and you have the outcome. So in this case, you are giving up a cleaner planet in order to purchase more clothing. Going back to the graph, the PPF curve, we can see that we're depicting the trade-off between either shopping fast fashion or other items and a cleaner environment. At point A, we can see that anything below the PPF curve is known as inefficient, and anything above it at point X is known as impossible. Whatever falls in the actual PPF curve is feasible. Fashion in general falls under the monopolistic competitive market. It is categorized as monopolistic competitive because there are many firms, but they differentiate through different designs, quality, and price. In the long run, firms earn zero profits and have positive markups. This is how fast fashion companies such as Shein and Temu can continue producing with low prices for the buyers. Normal or underconsumption of products results in prioritizing quality over quantity, which means that we support slow fashion or normal fashion instead of just fast fashion. The idea of sustainability means that you can still have economic growth, but you aren't compromising our environmental or societal needs, which leads us to discuss the opportunity cost of overconsumption. How much is too much? What are we giving up? And is it worth it? Opportunity cost is the benefit you lose when choosing another option. If you choose to buy a piece of clothing, the opportunity cost is a cleaner, habitable planet, or saving money. Girl math, right? If you choose to not buy a piece of clothing, then the opportunity cost is the confidence or dopamine you would have gained from that new item of clothing. This leads us to discuss externalities, which is when a cost or benefit affects a third party. Overconsumption results in a negative externality. Climate change, resource depletion, pollution, habitat destruction, more landfill use, human rights abuse, just to name a few. When opportunity cost is this high, is it really worth it? When will it be enough? Have I given enough? Given enough? Have I given enough? Given enough? Have I given enough? Given enough? Have I given enough?